What does existence look like when your power rivals entire nations, and your wealth isn't just counted in billions, but backed by oceans of oil and $1 trillion national reserve? For one man, that's not a fantasy. It's daily life. Meet Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, a man whose lifestyle outshines global tycoons and whose every move ripples across the world's financial stage. This isn't just the story of a royal with money, it's about how extreme wealth, absolute power, and world-shaping ambition come together in one of the most opulent lives on earth. From palaces dripping in gold to floating mansions at sea, from revolutionary smart cities to priceless cultural treasures, this is the unmatched luxury life of MBS. The rise of a modern monarch. Born in 1985 to King Salman, Mohammed bin Salman was born into privilege, but he didn't just inherit his status. He claimed it with influence. By 2017, he was declared the Crown Prince, putting him next in line to rule one of the most powerful and resource-rich nations on earth. That appointment didn't just make him a royal figure, it handed him the keys to the kingdom's $1.4 trillion sovereign wealth fund and ultimate authority over the world's largest oil reserves. From that moment, MBS began reshaping the future, not only of Saudi Arabia, but of the global balance of power. Residences that redefine royal living. MBS doesn't merely live in palaces. He lives in monuments to royalty, designed to embody legacy and supremacy. His main residence, the Al Yamama Palace in Riyadh, isn't just a home, it's a ceremonial epicenter. Within its vast marble halls, golden arches, and curated Islamic art galleries, global leaders are hosted like honored guests of an emperor. But that's only scratching the surface. Across the sands of Saudi Arabia, MBS maintains multiple royal estates, including a private desert compound with helicopter pads, lush polo grounds, and artificial waterfalls. Every inch is engineered for grandeur, a desert oasis turned fortress of status. And then there's Chateau Louis XIV, a jaw-dropping $300 million estate near Paris. Inspired by 17th-century design but built with cutting-edge luxury, this palace features golden fountains, a private IMAX theater, and even a moat. Its chandeliers and murals mirror Renaissance masterpieces, and even the doorknobs are molded in 18-karat gold. For MBS, this isn't a home. It's a statement that tradition and modern power can fuse into something mythic. Yachts, jets, and hypercars, the transport of titans. When MBS moves, he doesn't just travel, he dominates the air, land, and sea. One of his most iconic possessions is the $500 million yacht, Serene, a 439-foot floating kingdom. Equipped with 2 helicopter landing pads, multiple pools, a spa, and even a submarine dock, it's not a boat. It's a private cruise ship, outfitted like a palace and staffed like a 5-star resort. It's also where he casually displayed a $450 million Da Vinci painting, more on that later. In the skies, the Saudi royal fleet includes customized Boeing 747s that resemble flying luxury hotels. Outfitted with gold-accented bedrooms, conference rooms, private dining halls, and bulletproof windows, these airborne castles make presidential aircraft look basic. And on land? His personal car fleet is a museum of automotive excess, featuring limited edition Lamborghinis, armored Rolls-Royces, and ultra-rare Koenigseggs. One of them, a CCXR Trevita, is valued at nearly $5 million, custom-tailored with elite leather interiors and fitted with stealth-grade security systems. For MBS, every vehicle, whether it sails, flies, or rolls, is less about transportation and more about power projection. A $500 billion vision carved into the desert. No display of luxury compares to the future city he's building from scratch. Imagine a place where robots serve your breakfast, AI runs your home, and flying cars buzz overhead, all in a city with no streets, no pollution, and no past. That's the vision behind $500 billion megaproject covering over 10,000 square miles of untouched desert. At its core is The Line, a 105-mile linear city with no roads or vehicles, designed for a zero-emission, AI-managed future. Health, transportation, food systems, all automated. Skyscrapers mirror mountains, and entire neighborhoods are powered by wind, sun, and data. This isn't a sci-fi movie. It's the personal legacy of MBS. He's not building a city, he's crafting a new civilization. NOM is funded through Saudi Arabia's oil wealth and buttressed by global tech giants. It's an ultra-luxurious sandbox for futuristic innovation, where the Crown Prince isn't just a leader, but a visionary architect of a new world order. Art, heritage, and cultural power. If there's one moment that crystallized MBS's dominance in global culture, it was when he allegedly purchased Salvator Mundi, a Da Vinci painting, for $450 million. The world's most expensive artwork didn't end up in a museum or gallery. It went straight to his yacht. That's how MBS treats history, not as relics, but as personal possessions. But his cultural investments go deeper. Under his leadership, the royal family has acquired an extensive collection of Islamic manuscripts, ancient Quranic scripts, and rare global artifacts. Some are locked away in climate-controlled vaults. Others are displayed in national museums funded by the crown itself. This isn't luxury for the sake of indulgence, it's strategic soft power. While tech moguls chase cryptocurrency and billionaires collect companies, MBS secures influence by preserving culture and rewriting national identity through art and heritage. And it doesn't stop there. As part of his Vision 2030 program, MBS is transforming Saudi Arabia from a traditionally conservative society into a global cultural hotspot. Billions have been poured into music festivals, film production, art biennales, and global sporting events like Formula One and WWE. He's not just changing what people think of Saudi Arabia, he's making the kingdom a brand. For MBS, culture isn't just an accessory to power. It's a weapon of influence. When you control a kingdom's wealth and political destiny, luxury alone isn't enough. Your life becomes a fortress. And for Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, privacy and security aren't conveniences, they're necessities woven into his every step. Wherever MBS goes, a tightly coordinated team of elite bodyguards accompanies him. These are not standard security personnel. They're trained in counterterrorism, cyber surveillance, and close-quarters defense. His motorcades are equipped with armored vehicles, advanced jamming systems, and drone shields capable of detecting airborne threats in real time. Every one of his palatial residences, from desert compounds to French chateaux, is fitted with state-of-the-art protection. We're talking about biometric scanners, facial recognition entry systems, blast-proof infrastructure, and subterranean safe rooms built to military standards. But perhaps more fascinating is the information control. MBS's digital world is locked down tighter than some government agencies. Communications are encrypted, his inner circle is handpicked and insulated, and access to him is reserved for a tiny circle of trusted officials. Even in an era where everything is streamed and shared, MBS remains a figure cloaked in calculated mystery, and that mystery is part of his brand. His silence is strategic. The less the world knows, the more it speculates, and for someone wielding geopolitical influence, that speculation is power. Philanthropy with a strategic twist. But the Trillionaire life isn't just gold leaf ceilings and Da Vinci paintings. Part of what separates MBS from the average royal is his long game, and philanthropy is one of his sharpest tools. Through the MISK Foundation, MBS has launched initiatives that reach far beyond his inner circle. This isn't a token charity, it's a full-scale transformation engine focused on youth empowerment, education, and innovation. Thousands of Saudi students have been granted scholarships to study abroad, incubators have been built to fuel tech startups, and leadership programs are actively shaping the next generation of entrepreneurs and policymakers. Billions have been invested not only into domestic projects, but global humanitarian campaigns, from food aid to disaster relief. Under MBS, Saudi Arabia has become one of the largest donors to the United Nations and various international development organizations. But this isn't just generosity, it's strategy. These global contributions help redefine Saudi Arabia's image from oil state to benevolent superpower. Through these carefully orchestrated acts of goodwill, MBS enhances the kingdom's soft power, winning allies and expanding Saudi Arabia's sphere of influence without firing a single shot. Running the world's richest investment engine. Behind the marble, jets, and futuristic cities lies the beating heart of MBS's real empire, the Public Investment Fund, PIF. With over $700 billion in assets, and aiming for $2 trillion in the next decade, this fund is a global force unto itself. It's not just about money. It's about control. Through the PIF, MBS has bought slices of companies and industries across the globe. From Silicon Valley to Tokyo, London to Johannesburg. His financial reach is everywhere. Stakes in companies like Uber, SoftBank, Disney, and even major gaming firms aren't just investments. They're footholds in the 21st century economy. He's bought into sports too, and not just with sponsorships. Saudi Arabia now owns a controlling stake in an English Premier League football club, and the kingdom has launched its own golf league that's challenging the PGA itself. These moves aren't just business. They're cultural invasions, planting the Saudi brand in the living rooms of millions around the world. With Riyadh now hosting major events, film festivals, and concerts, MBS is turning the kingdom into an entertainment and tourism magnet. He's not borrowing Western culture. He's buying it, repackaging it with Saudi ambition and global polish. This is how you build legacy without borders. One investment at a time. Luxury beyond material, a life of influence. For most billionaires, a yacht or private jet is the pinnacle of achievement. For MBS, that's just the starting line. His version of luxury includes shaping entire global conversations. When he cuts oil production, the price of gas in California shifts. When he announces a city, architecture firms in Europe pivot. When he invests in esports, the gaming industry listens. He's not just wealthy, he is a global variable. A human algorithm in the equation of global economics. His vision for Saudi Arabia goes far beyond making it rich. He wants it to lead. To redefine what it means to be a Middle Eastern superpower. And that's why his wealth isn't passive. It's active, constantly deployed, constantly evolving. While some rulers preserve tradition, MBS rewrites it. He's dismantled old guard customs, introduced social reforms, and opened doors to tourism, entertainment, and foreign partnerships, all while maintaining a firm grip on the kingdom's ideological direction. This duality, modernization and control, is part of what makes him so fascinating and so polarizing. The Trillionaire life. More than wealth. So what exactly is the Trillionaire lifestyle? For MBS, it's not simply a checklist of rare paintings, luxury aircraft, or diamond-encrusted villas. It's about control. It's the ability to launch an entirely new civilization in the desert, to move markets with a sentence, to hang a $500 million masterpiece on a yacht without blinking. It's using wealth not just to enjoy life, but to reshape the future. To engineer legacy. He doesn't just live in opulence, he curates it, architecting a life that's part monarchy, part CEO, part oracle. Whether it's gold-plated helicopters, global tech acquisitions, or a digital city the size of Belgium, everything in MBS's world is scaled to a different dimension. To some, he's a visionary. To others, a symbol of power concentrated in its purest form. But one thing is undeniable. He is the architect of a lifestyle so rarefied, so ambitious, so strategically executed, that even billionaires look on with awe. This isn't just luxury. This is luxury as influence, power as a personal brand, and wealth as a world-shaping force. Welcome to the Trillionaire life of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, where money isn't just currency. It's destiny.